She said it like a verdict. I need someone more ambitious. I was standing in the kitchen, coffee in hand, still in my suit from work. The promotion had been on the table for a week. 80-hour weeks, weekend sacrifices, swallowed time. I had declined it, and now her disappointment felt like a blade pressed to the back of my skull. I didn't flinch. I need someone more grateful. Go find your ambitious guy, I said, letting each word hang like frost in the air. Her lips trembled. She wasn't used to pushback. She was used to compliance. She didn't argue. Not this time. She moved out that weekend, boxed everything with mechanical efficiency, left a note on the counter. Hope you find someone who fits your dreams. I didn't read it, didn't care. I didn't come back. The apartment felt different. Empty, but not in the way absence normally feels. It felt like the quiet after a storm has left a body untouched. I poured myself a drink, watched her belongings disappear into the elevator. And yet, somewhere beneath the surface calm, my pulse whispered, "She will understand too late." The first night alone, I realized just how much of myself I had been giving her. Time, energy, ambition. And she had been picking at it, measuring it, wanting more of what I wasn't willing to surrender. I wouldn't give her more. Not now, not ever. Not because I hated her, because I finally understood the price of her ambitions, and I didn't want to pay it. She had always been hungry, not for love or for stability, just for someone who would match her fire, or feed it. At first, I thought I could fuel it, support it, encourage it, maybe even admire it. But ambition isn't an emotion, it's a calculation. And she had been calculating me, measuring how much I would bend, how much I would sacrifice. And when I refused the promotion, refused to let my life dissolve into her desires, I became inadequate. It was subtle, small digs about my work ethic, throwaway comments when I stayed late at my desk instead of dining with her, the sighs when I didn't match her manic energy. But the final betrayal, the verbal blade, so precise, so cruel, cut deeper than any affair could have. She didn't cheat with another man. She cheated with expectations. The person I thought I shared my life with, the woman who whispered my name with warmth, was gone, replaced by someone I barely recognized. She wanted someone who would burn herself for her cause, someone who would crawl over exhaustion to fit her mold, someone who would kneel at the altar of her ambition. And I wanted to be appreciated for refusing to kneel. I watched her carefully as she packed, not with malice, but with a quiet curiosity. Every glance, every hesitation, every careless reveal of frustration was a clue. Her pattern was consistent, controlled, strategic. I realized something then. Leaving was only the first step. I needed to understand her completely, to know what she truly valued, to prove, without words, that I had already outmaneuvered her. I observed quietly, checked phone records, timelines, her social media updates. Nothing overt, but a pattern emerged. She thrived on control. Ambition was her currency, and her currency had limits. She invested in people, in relationships, only insofar as they could serve her. I didn't confront. I cataloged, analyzed. Every text she sent, every meeting she attended, every smile captured in photos she uploaded. I made mental notes, small details that would be meaningless to anyone else, but to me, they were the blueprint of her character. I watched her slowly realize I wasn't going to respond, that leaving wasn't temporary, that the absence of my compliance would not be filled. It was almost poetic. She wanted a man who would sacrifice everything. I had sacrificed nothing, and she couldn't reconcile that. By midweek, I had confirmation. Her friends' inadvertent comments, social media posts that betrayed more than they intended, invitations to events she wouldn't attend if I were present. She wasn't just ambitious, she was selective, calculated, and when I refused, I exposed the truth she hadn't wanted anyone to see. She loved her ambition more than she loved me. I could have confronted her then, but I didn't. I waited, and when she finally called, voice trembling, asking if I would talk this through, I simply sat across from her, calm, collected. I slid a single document across the table, a collection of her choices, her patterns, the evidence of her calculations. Her eyes widened. I didn't realize. I held up a hand. Silence. She understood. Not verbally, not yet, but in that long, freezing moment of recognition, she understood. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I didn't beg. I simply left the document where she could see it, and I walked out. Her voice called after me, "Wait, please!" I didn't stop. I didn't look back. She realized, too late, that I had never needed to punish her. I had only needed to remove myself. Her ambition, her hunger, her manipulations, they were all hers now. I was gone. And that was the most devastating truth of all. I walked through the empty streets. The air smelled of rain and concrete. Clean, sharp, free. I didn't miss her, not really. I missed the idea of her, the fantasy I had built around someone who could match my loyalty. But that person never existed. I had been patient, observant, strategic, and now I was free. I didn't look back. Some people leave scars. Some people leave lessons. She left both, and I walked away, unbroken, unstoppable. Some doors close quietly. Some doors close forever. I closed mine. The world felt lighter, and finally, it felt like mine.